was 15 other reports that night of similar objects. I've gone through the records of UFO BC, and we've had about 8 UFO reports of boomerang-shaped craft.
It just confirmed that what we had seen was not imaginary. There really was something, because there had been other eyewitness reports that night. The kids were in bed, they were asleep, and I had a friend who came to visit me. He'd actually talked about marriage at that point.
Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, that's the way I like it.
It was quite warm, so we decided to go outside on the back patio just to have our tea out there. It's a nice, beautiful, summer night.
Oh, beautiful night.
Oh, it's nice out here.
Your scallop potatoes are incredible.
Thanks, it's the cream.
And I remember all of a sudden feeling this strange humming in my abdomen. And I said, "Do you feel that?" He said, "Yes." I was going to ask you if you felt that.
Okay, what is that? That's weird.
And I said, "Look up."
Tom.
Wow.
This thing was about the size of a football field, if not bigger. It was cloaked, and I say that because the only way that you could see the exact shape of it was that it blocked out the stars.
That's crazy.
There were no lights, no sound, and it was just floating along, and then it stopped dead on a dime. I felt claustrophobic, and I said, "Well, is it gonna stop coming down?" He couldn't handle it.
This is dangerous. We should go inside. Come on. Let's go inside.
"I'm out of here. I'm going inside, and you'd better come in with me." He ran inside. I stayed there. To me, it felt like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes at the most, and I was just watching it. And then it was there, and then it wasn't.
There you are.
He just said, "Where have you been?
Where'd you go?
I've looked all over for you. You've been gone for quite a while."
What? I've been right here. I'm watching whatever that was.
Listen, I came out with the tea and you left.
I said, "I didn't go anywhere."
What are you
I
talking
looked everywhere
about?
for you. I went into the woods. I went to the end of the driveway trying to find you.
An hour.
I said, "I was outside, just for a few minutes." And he said, "No, you've been gone over 45 minutes. I said, "That's impossible."
Tom, I've been standing right here looking up at whatever that was in the sky.
Yeah, for
I'm
now.
telling you, I was only out there 2 or 3 minutes. I think you're just, a little nervous about this thing you saw. And he said, "No." He said, "Look at the clock."
I thought I should stick around because the kids would be by themselves while you were gone. You've been gone almost an hour, 45 minutes.
And he said, "I didn't know what to think."
And you just disappeared. There's no explanation.
I've been standing here the whole time, Tom. Tom, you went inside, you put the teacups down. I have been standing here.
This disappearing act is just not, it doesn't
What
work.
are you, Tom?
I had no idea where I'd been. After that happened, he never came back again. I got a phone call, "I'm sorry, goodbye." Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, what do we do with this now? What we witnessed was this huge boomerang-shaped ship. It was probably over the size of a football field big. And who do I tell? You're not sure you want to contact somebody and tell them about it because you don't want to be ridiculed. But things didn't match up. Things weren't right. And then the next day, I contacted the planetarium in Vancouver. I said, "Did you get any other calls?" And they said, "No, but I'll put you in touch with UFO Vancouver, BC." and didn't even realize it was such a thing.
Investigators from the UFO Reporting Center in British Columbia took Karina's case.
UFO investigators told her that there was 15 other reports that night of similar objects. I've gone through the records of 𝗂𝗍𝗶𝐵𝐶, and we've had about 8 UFO reports of 𝗂𝗯𝗱𝗂𝗂𝗰𝗁.
It just confirmed that what we had seen was not imaginary. There really was something, because there had been other eyewitness reports that night.
But is interstellar travel possible? Astrophysicist Dr. Jamie Matthews is the mission scientist in charge of Canada's first space telescope.
I think it's important to keep in mind that the distances between stars are so vast that if you're traveling in the conventional sense, and if you're restricted by the universal speed limit of the speed of light, 300,000 kilometers per second, it's a high speed, but even at that incredible pace, it takes years to cross the distance between even the nearest neighboring stars. Our fastest space probes would take tens of thousands of years to reach the nearest neighboring star. So if people had a real intuition for interstellar distances, they would probably think more carefully about how likely it is that aliens are traversing those distances to visit us, and how often they would do it. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's not as easy as it looks. Maybe if we have visitors, they're not coming from another place in our three-dimensional spatial universe. Maybe they're coming from another set of dimensions within a much larger multiverse. There could be many, many dimensions of space and time, of which our 3 spatial dimensions and our 1 temporal dimension are just a subset of them. But if you're going to connect across dimensions, you need to somehow tear a hole in the geometries. If creatures have found a way to do this, then they have developed a very sophisticated technology. If it's happening by accident, they found some natural phenomena that we have not yet encountered.
I will watch your episode. I will subscribe to UFO for real. I will visit www.ufo4real.com.